Camila was born in Nicaragua in 1988. At that time, the country had 9 years in revolution and 7 years in war. This war was initiated and promoted by the USA, and although we never closed culturally the country, the national media transmitted 100% in Spanish and there was no cable TV. You could hear some English spoken music on the radio. When Camila was 2 years old, the revolution came to an end and an USA friendly government was established. But English language took several years more to be heard back in Nicaragua. I've always thought that if you're able to understand and speak more than one language, you open yourself to a lot wider trove of data and knowledge, and at the same time, can get to communicate with a lot more people. So Camila began being exposed to English words at a very short age. Maybe the first words reached her ears in the voices of British and USA rock and pop musicians. Led Zeppelin, Cat Stevens, Carole King, Tracy Chapman, and others used to sing for Camila from our little stereo. Later, I began trying to teach her some English words and to show her how cool it was to be able to understand a foreign language. I had forgotten, but she mentioned it and it came back to my mind. I used to pinch her, and when she complained with a pain's interjection that sounded like I used to tell her, "Do you see? It's easy. You just said me in English." And we both laughed. After the music, Camila began watching English spoken movies with English subtitles that we rented at a local movie rental. When she was 8 years old, she flew alone to the USA and lost her plane connection in Houston. She had to be by herself for several hours at the airport, and I suppose the trauma of having to look for a person that spoke Spanish pushed her to improve her English. When she was 10 or so, she began to listen her own music in English, and when she was 12, began reading J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and Colleen McCulloch's Masters of Rome series. Once she got used to reading English, she began reading all kinds of English reading books. Around the time she was 15, she met at school a Nicaraguan girl that was raised in the USA. They became best friends and used to talk in both languages, English and Spanish. I guess the rest is story. History, I mean.